What up? It's your homeboy Maul the Pimp, aka MCP, and welcome to another edition of Stories from the Pimp. This story I'm gonna tell y'all right here. I'm gonna pretty much give y'all a rundown of how I ended up working in New Orleans with BG at Chopper City Records, and pretty much tell y'all why I chose to work with Chopper City Records over Slip and Slide Records, because I had interviews with both companies and I had to make a choice pretty much. So to paint the picture, we're talking about 2004. I'm graduating from Middle Tennessee State University with a degree in recording industry music business, and I had two minors. One minor was mass communication, and the other minor was entertainment technology. So I'm trying to look for, and to find a job in the industry at a record label and take the money and the knowledge that I get from that and invest into my own shit, which would be Pimpoholic Entertainment. So that was my whole game plan and my whole scheme. I sent my resume out to 5 record labels. I sent it to No Limit, Cash Money, Def Jam South, because at the time, Scarface was president of Def Jam South. So I sent it to Def Jam South. I sent it to Slip and Slide. 'Cause at this time, Trick Dad and Trina was real hot on Slip and Slide. And if I remember right, they had another female artist named Jackie O. She had a song called Nookie, and I think she was signed to Slip and Slide Po' Boy, like a subsidiary label. I think so, if I remember right. So Slip and Slide and Chopper City. And my reason for sending it to Chopper City was I knew BG had just left Cash Money because of whatever, disputes they was having. So I'm thinking to myself, if he's leaving a multi-million-dollar record label to start his own, he's gonna need employees and all that to get up and running to get his shit going. So I already had that in my mind. He's gonna have to need some help down there. You follow what I'm saying? So I sent it out to those 5 labels. Uh, Slip and Slide and Chopper City called me back. Some representative from Slip and Slide called me back. Some representative, I forgot his name, set up a meeting down there. Carol Dorsey from Chopper City Records, which was the CEO, which was BG's aunt, she called back. So I got 2 meetings. You follow what I'm saying? Monday, I flew to Miami to meet with Slip and Slide. Now at the time, Slip and Slide, the CEO of Slip and Slide was a guy named Ted Lucas. I had met him years before in Miami or either Orlando at this thing called the Impact Music Convention. People who know the industry, you know about the Impact Music Convention. So I'll just go down there and do little volunteer services and network with people. I met him back then. He was speaking on the panel. You follow what I'm saying? So I knew who he was. So naturally, I was expecting Ted Lucas to be at the meeting when I go meet with Slip and Slide. So I fly to Miami to meet with Slip and Slide. I fly to Miami on a Sunday night. Meeting is like 9 o'clock in the morning at the Slip and Slide office. I go to the office and first thing, I'm there at 9 o'clock. I'm out there for like 30 or 40 minutes before anybody even come out and say, who are you? What are you here for? Who you here to see? So I'm down there like 30 or 40 minutes just waiting. Some person finally come out and say, who are you here to see? I say, well, I sent my resume last week. I had an interview today at this time, blah, 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 blah. So they said you're supposed to meet with, I forgot, this. We're just going to call the guy Joe. Okay, you're supposed to meet with Joe. He should be here in about 30 or 40 minutes. I'm already been waiting 45 minutes. Okay, cool. 30 or 40 minutes pass. Joe don't show up. You feel me? So then some intern come out and say, well, he's not coming to the office today, but we'll take your resume and we'll get back in touch with you. And that was that. So I'm thinking, damn, I flew all the way down for that. You know what I'm saying? I just sent my resume last week, so I thought y'all naturally had my resume. You follow what I'm saying? So, and I was expecting to see Ted Lucas at the meeting. You follow what I'm saying? He don't know who I am. But I'm saying I thought that would be proper protocol. You come to meet with a record label, the CEO will be there. You follow what I'm saying? So I was expecting to see that. And then the person I was supposed to meet with was late and then didn't show up. So I'm like, okay. So that was my trip to Miami. I flew back home on Tuesday.
Hold on. So with them, how did it? We say we won't feel no type of way, but how did it make you feel though? Like,
I didn't feel offended. I felt like it was unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talked to y'all last week. So I'm thinking, if you know when I'm coming down here, maybe you thought I was just driving from Miami. You didn't know I flew in town from Tennessee. So I flew all the way down here just to pretty much to hand you a piece of paper that I emailed you already. You know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of like, okay. And then the person I was supposed to meet, he wasn't there. You follow what I'm saying? Then an intern come out. So I took it like a nigga sending the demo to a record label, like take them motherfucker, just throw it to the side. So I'm like, all right, that's whatever. But they was like, we'll take your resume. We'll have them contact you later on in the week. So I flew to Miami for that. That's pretty much how that went. Fly back to Tennessee. Flew to Miami on Sunday. Met with them Monday. Flew back Monday evening. Wednesday, I fly to New Orleans. Same scenario, meeting at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, when I get to New Orleans, Carol Dorsey, the person who called me back to set the interview up, she was there, which was the CEO of the record label, the boss. Anthony Murray, which was BG's manager at the time. He was Soulja Slim's manager before that. He was BG's manager at the time. He was there. And the artist himself, BG, was there. So I'm looking like, okay, they got the whole team here. They got all the power players here. They serious about meeting with whoever this new guy is coming to talk to them. You follow what I'm saying? So when I came in the office and saw the key players there, I'm off the rip like, okay, they serious. You follow what I'm saying? So we sat down. They discussed what they was looking for, what I could bring to the table or whatever, and pretty much we ended on a note of what Carol, her final words to me were, okay, we're going to let you come down here for 6 months. 6 months as an intern, no pay. As an intern with no pay for 6 months. After that, if we like what we see, we'll hire you. I'm like, shit, cool, that's a deal, no problem. I knew what my capabilities was, no problem. So I left the Chopper City Records office, and I went around the corner. Chopper City was in Metairie. That's like the outskirts of New Orleans. Chopper City was in Metairie. You follow what I'm saying? So I left the office, went around the corner, found me a place to live, a townhouse. You follow what I'm saying? I told the landlord, hey, I'll be back down here next week, and I'm going to pay you my rent for the whole 6 months. So she held a spot for me. Came back home, packed my shit. I moved to New Orleans. You follow what I'm saying? So when I weighed both options out, I felt more comfortable in New Orleans with the BG and Chopper City situation, and I saw the vision. You follow what I'm saying? Like he was just leaving Cash Money, so at the time he had a point to prove, like I can survive on my own. So I knew with that being said, and it was a small company, so I knew I was gonna have a lot of hands-on role as opposed to going to a big record label like Universal or Interscope. You know, you're gonna be one of 1,000 people. You follow what I'm saying? I pretty much knew I was gonna be having my hands in every single department down there. So it was gonna be an opportunity for me to prove myself, for him to prove to the world he can hold his own weight, and then for me to be a part of that legacy. So I took the opportunity. I come back to New Orleans the first day in there. Now keep in mind, I got 6 months to prove myself. You follow what I'm saying? It's either put up or shut up. You know, go hard or go home. I was in that type of situation right there. So the first 6 months, I hit the ground running. I'm doing everything in the office. Carol Dorsey would tell you this, Anthony Murray would tell you this, and BG would tell you this. I'm handling all the phone calls, you know, because Carol is the big dog. She the boss, so you don't talk to her. You follow what I'm saying? Unless it's about serious money. So the day-to-day shit, I'm doing that. The marketing promotion with the radio stations, with the DJs, with the club owners, the street promotion, I'm doing all that. I'm also the studio engineer, so I'm recording all the music, all his mixtapes, you follow what I'm saying? So when you seen those BG mixtapes come out, that was me pushing that line. That was me who brought that to the table, like, hey, while we're waiting on Koch to cut a budget for the album, let's do a mixtape to heat the streets up. You follow what I'm saying? That was me putting all that work in, you feel me? So after 6 months, I'm pretty much the man in the office. You calling me for this, you calling me for that. So when the 6 months was up, they couldn't let me go home. You couldn't.
Was it understood that you were going to be doing all of that, or were they just saying like, "Oh, you coming in for the engineering position"?
I wouldn't say it was understood, but like they knew I was capable of doing all that shit. So if I'm the employee there and the phone rings, somebody wants to get some BG radio music, I gotta send that. Can't tell Carol to do it. She's handling other shit. You got DJs who say, I want a BG drop to host my mixtape. I got to do that. You follow what I'm saying? We need posters sent out to certain cities for the street team to pass out. I got to do that. So I just took on all those roles. And to me, it was just like second nature. It was easy. You follow what I'm saying? So I just came in and just played every fucking part. You follow what I'm saying? So I made myself an asset. I wasn't a liability.
They couldn't get rid of you.
Right. I got 6 months. So after these 6 months, you're used to me handling all this shit. So if I leave, you got to replace me with probably 4 or 5 more people when I can do all that shit myself. You follow what I'm saying? So I got to the point to where they couldn't let me leave. You dig what I'm saying? And that's how I established myself at Chopper City. And this was around the time when he was promoting his Life After Cash Money album. At the time, the video that was out was called I Want It. I Want It, You Got It, Don't Make Me Have to Go in Your Pocket. That's the video that was out at the time. You follow what I'm saying? So we was promoting that album, but we was working on The Heart of the Streets Volume 1. So that's what I started doing my studio engineering and recording for. You follow what I'm saying?
All classics. Let me just throw that in there. All classics.
Heart of the Streets Volume 1, The Heart of the Streets Volume 2, the Chopper City Boys album, which was his group called We Got This, and BG's final album on Atlantic, Too Hood to Be Hollywood. Read the engineering credits on there. You'll see Maul the Pimp. That's behind the scenes type shit right there. You follow what I'm saying? So, and another thing, how me and BG built a rapport when I first came down there, I wasn't trying to be his friend. You follow what I'm saying? Like I wasn't trying to be down there on no group of shit or on no let me go hang with you type shit. I was down there trying to do my job. You follow what I'm saying? That was my whole goal was to do my job and let's get this business handled. And he saw that. You follow what I'm saying? He saw that I was strictly about business. I wasn't on no let's go hang out, let's do this. I was strictly about the office work and getting the job done to promote the label. And me taking that approach made him open up to me first. And then that's how we eventually became cool. You follow what I'm saying? So that's my story right there about how I ended up in New Orleans, the role I played for BG and Chopper City Records, and why I chose to move to New Orleans as opposed to going to Miami. You follow what I'm saying? So that was another edition of Stories from the Pimp. And as you all know, go to my website, www.mallthepimp.com. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, which is Pimpoholic TV. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Mall the Pimp. Salute.